Hi. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025, and you are on for your weekly Science Club news. So let's hop right into the news of the week. First off, shout out to NYC KidsFest. Thank you so much for having us. We went to the KidsFest and had an incredible time. We were there for their Friday and Saturday portions of the event. NYC KidsFest is a 3-day, now it is. Originally, it was a one-day afternoon thing that a mom in the community decided she wanted to have a performance-related festival for her daughter, basically. She was thinking of her child. And ever since then, this has become a very different and much bigger production, right? And so on Friday, there were children there who performed, and we were giving out slime. So there are performances that happen at NYC KidsFest, as well as vendors along the kind of perimeter, right? As the performances occur and in between performances, we're there to celebrate the work that we do in the community. So also shout out to Harlem Grown. They were there on Saturday at the Saturday event. I think STEM Kids was there for a period of time. On Friday, there was a theater group that was there on Saturday. And then on Sunday, as you know, we don't participate in the Sunday portion of the events, but they were there, Jackie Robinson in the clamshell, doing all kinds of things. And so once again, shout out to NYC KidsFest. Thank you so much for having Ms. Steph Science Club there with you. As usual, we had a great time. We're super appreciative of the opportunity to participate and to pass out lots of slime. So as an official update, mid-year update on how we're doing and the amount of students that we're serving, I'm going to look over here momentarily because I track the data. I track our impact people. It's a thing that I do. We are at 613 children that have been interacted with and inspired in person, rather at a one-time event or through the traveling science teacher and through our Saturday Science Club. We have distributed 597 cups of slime. That is including all the over 120 cups of slime that we passed out on over the course of this weekend. And that was during a rainy weekend, y'all. So to reiterate, Ms. Steph Science Club, the program that is operated by Triple F Empowerment Inc. is impacting young people. We are inspiring, empowering, and encouraging young people to pursue education and careers in the STEAM fields. And in particular, we've passed out almost 600 cups of slime and have interacted with over 600 children this year, this calendar year alone. And we are not officially halfway through. So I don't know about you, but I am claiming that as a win. I know that we are contributing to society as a whole, and we are most definitely making an impact and a positive and lasting imprint upon the Harlem community right here in New York City. So that being said, so that was the shout out for NYC KidsFest. That's the impact update. And then here's our reminder. I'm not going to be on for long today because I'm just touching base with you all. And as you know, I am getting ready for Summer Science Club 2025, all the things that are happening. So reminder for parents and caregivers, this Thursday, June 19th is a federal holiday and schools are closed. Schools are closed. I repeat, if you have not already done so, make sure that you make arrangements for your child to be at a proper location on June 19th. June 19th is Freedom Day, the celebration of Freedom Day. I encourage you to get out with your family, and to delve into the history of Freedom Day. That is the celebration of like a particular culmination of slavery. Be advised that there are, whether folks are comfortable with it or not, it is something that happened. Okay. Number two, also the timing of when people were transitioned actually completely out of slavery. There is a gap between when it happened on paper for the Union and when folks actually experienced it, or rather when they were informed. It is over a 2-year gap. Okay. And so that's one of the things that is celebrated and remembered and memorialized on Freedom Day on June 19th. That's when the now official federal holiday is now celebrated. But in different parts of the country, there are various celebrations that are done. In particular, in Harlem, y'all, I really want to shout out certain things. Team Brown is doing something in the Bronx. They actually asked me to participate with them. I'm not available for it, but I am going to tell people about it. So I will be sharing this week on my stories different events that are going to be happening throughout the week, and in particular on Saturday. A lot of people are having, since Thursday is a challenge day for some folks, a lot of folks are having something on Saturday, June 21st. Okay. And so I will be posting plenty of pieces of information. I'm going to go ahead and put the hashtag here just so that people know. In June. Okay. So just so that you are aware that there are various events that are happening that are family and child friendly, that are happening here in Harlem, okay, and in various New York neighborhoods. So in particular, like I said, Team Brown, I'm quite sure, knowing Malcolm Meets Marcus, I'm quite sure they are having an event. They have all kinds of things that are going over there. That's 120th, where Marcus Garvey Park and Lenox Avenue, there's a block there that is a standing open streets block, and that particular block association has lots of events. And so shouting them out. Am I associated with? No. Do I know people from that block? Yes. But like, this is not an official thing that's sponsored or anything like that. But as you all know, we have transitioned from doing Saturday Science Club. And so as a part of the commitment is, you know, our 4 C's are camp, classes, community, and consulting, right? And so that community commitment for me is not only developing a community within those persons who participate in Science Club in various ways, but also communicating to you all what various community events are available for you to attend, in particular, mostly here in Harlem, just because that's the stuff that I know about. But also, like I said, the Team Brown event is actually up in the Bronx. And so there's various things that are available to you this coming Saturday, June 21st. Make sure you keep an eye out. Like I said, I will be posting on my stories, sharing the different events that I see, whatever I see from Manhattan Board 10. They've got things that are coming up that if you want to like just share, just follow them. That's a great resource for you. Like I said, 120th MMM is Marcus Meets Malcolm. I hope I'm not saying their name wrong. I apologize, y'all. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But that organization, that block organization, does a ton of stuff year round. They actually were giving out free bread a couple of weeks ago. So there are events here in the community to celebrate culture, to engage your young person. Once again, Juneteenth, June 19th, Thursday, this coming Thursday, schools are closed. So this is one of my Miss Steph reminders and notifications, as well as letting you know, okay, what else can we be doing this weekend? how can we hang out? Miss Steph, we know that Saturday Science Club is not happening, but guess what? There are things. There are plenty of events, and I will be posting them on my stories. I will be sharing them, okay? None of the events am I affiliated with, but I choose to elevate all of the voices. Yeah, that's my choice, all right? And there's even a TEDxHarlem event that's happening on June 21st over at the Apollo from 2 to 5 p.m., I believe. That event I will be going to. So there's all kinds of things that you can get into this week that are celebrating the history and the culture and all of Harlem and of the United States. That is U.S. history. And so definitely want to encourage you all to engage in that, because when we're talking about STEAM education, we are definitely still talking about the importance of historic knowledge and the importance of engagement and making sure that our young people are aware of those things, because it tends to also produce one of, well, actually multiple letters. It engages us in engineering, and it also engages us in the art aspect of STEAM, because whenever things occur, people also need to express their emotions around it. And so you get a lot of art produced from that. So yes, like I said, shout out to NYC KidsFest. We had a phenomenal time this past weekend. I'm giving you a reminder that schools will be closed this Thursday, June 19th. All right. And I really want to also thank our donor. Oh, I have a few other things. So shout out to Columbia Community Service. We are super thankful to be able to communicate that not only have we continued to grow our volunteer base, y'all know how I feel about my volunteers, but we also have been awarded a grant from them again this particular grant season. And so we really celebrate how they come alongside and support the work that Triple F Empowerment Inc. does here in the Harlem community, and Columbia Community Service, Joan and all the folks over there really help get things done. And in particular, like I said, not only through grant dollars, but also through funneling volunteers through to us. And so that has really been a blessing for us, and we're extremely appreciative of that. Last week, I got to go to the reception for the grantees, and we took our picture that we take every year, and it seems like the group gets bigger every year, and there's a lot of work that the Columbia staff and students are putting into helping Harlem organizations succeed. And just for clarity around that, when people hear Columbia, they think that maybe the money, we are not funded by Columbia itself. We are funded by Columbia Community Service. That is one of our funders. And also want to shout out to so to go back a little bit more as far as how that works, it's actually students and staff who are giving their own dollars to support organizations here in the community. So it's not institutional dollars. It is people who are donating their own resources to help community organizations here in Harlem be successful and sustained, right? And then also, as you know, we are on the countdown to Summer Science Club 2025. Folks, we are full steam ahead, pun intended. And as you may have seen in my Instagram posts from last week, I am now have completed my first aid renewal. That is part of not only one of our values. As you know, our values are respect, safety, learning, and fun. And so safety is one of the values that we emulate, and values that we adhere to, and that I fashion the organization around, making sure that everyone holds those values and walks in them in a regular basis around our students and around all of the people that are a part of Ms. Steph Science Club. And additionally, this year, I'm super excited that we will not only have myself as a first aid trained staffer, but all of the staff. Yes, we're a small staff because we're a relatively petite summer camp, but all of the staff will be first aid, CPR trained. And so we really take that quite seriously here at Ms. Steph Science Club. And so it's super fantastic. I want to shout out our donors. We've been getting several donations coming in. Shout out to you all. You are making sure that we have the funds and the resources to make science fun this particular summer. As you know, we have our field trips that are already planned. We already have our permit that has been awarded and completed. We are, like I said, moving full steam ahead into Summer Science Club 2025. Super excited, as you should already know, as I reminded everybody last week, Summer Science Club registration is closed because I want us to have a summer that is phenomenal. And to do that, we have to make sure that we have that I'm aware of the students that we have coming, and that as I work on the final details over the next several weeks, because I curate program for the students that we have coming. It is a very focused and what is the word I'm looking for? Focused and personalized experience for the children, for each child. So we get to know the kids and we really engage them and we have a great time. So yeah, Summer Science Club, that's the countdown. That's the thing that we're focused on right now. We are finished with all of our community events for this month, simply because we have other things that are planned. And like I said, we are getting ready for Summer Science Club. We are going to be ready because there's a lot of intention and planning that goes into this time period. So once again, before I log out, or well, not log out, y'all know that's not how Instagram works, but before I head out, I do want to say thank you again to NYC KidsFest. Thank you again. I already thanked them, but still, CS 154 and the phenomenal event that we had on May 31st, y'all. That was fantastic. Shout out to all of our donors who are supporting us, to CCS, Columbia Community Service, to all of our volunteers. I have not wanted for a volunteer at any of our events lately because of that particular partnership has really helped us be able to get volunteers and make sure that we are well staffed when we are out in the community. And once again, as far as the impact, we're halfway through 2025 and we have already well surpassed my goal for passing out slime. We are at 597 cups of slime have been distributed, and 613 children have been inspired in person. That's just the kids that have been inspired in person. And of course, those of you who watch us online, it's a whole nother level, right? I thank you for watching, and I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. Until next time.